Why do people indulge in behaviors such as masturbation and pornography? An intriguing question, isn't it? It's one that brushes up against societal taboos and personal secrets, yet it's an essential conversation we need to have. Are these choices fueled by biology, societal pressures, or personal circumstances, or perhaps a complex combination of all three? It's a question that might make you uncomfortable, but understanding the why can lead to better choices. Human beings are wired for pleasure, and that's where the story begins. It's in our biology to seek out experiences that make us feel good. It's not about being weak-willed or lacking in self-control. It's about how our bodies and brains are designed. Take a moment to think about what happens when you indulge in something you enjoy. Maybe it's a bite of your favorite food, a satisfying workout, or a captivating novel. Your brain lights up, doesn't it? This is thanks to the release of a neurotransmitter called dopamine, often referred to as the feel-good hormone. It's dopamine that makes us experience pleasure and reinforces behaviors that lead to it, creating a sort of reward circuit in our brains. But that's not all. The brain has a whole network of neural pathways dedicated to pleasure, known as the reward system. This system involves several different regions of the brain, including those responsible for motivation, memory, and pleasure. This system is activated, it reinforces the behavior that triggered it, encouraging us to repeat it in the future. However, while this system is a natural part of our biology, it can also lead to problems. When the pursuit of pleasure becomes compulsive, overriding our sense of harm risk, it can result in harmful and unnecessary behaviors or addictions. This can often be the case with certain practices such as masturbation and pornography if they become compulsive or interfere with one's daily life. It's a sign that the pleasure-seeking behavior has crossed into problematic territory. So biology plays a role, but it's not the whole story. Society and media subtly shape our behaviors, including our private habits. Let's peel back the layers of this fascinating onion. We are, after all, social creatures. We learn, adapt, and evolve based on societal norms, a complex set of unspoken rules that govern our behaviors. And it's not just about the big things like laws and moral codes, it's also about the little things, the private things like our sexual habits. Peer pressure can also play a significant role here. The need to fit in, to be seen as normal, can drive us to indulge in practices that we may not fully understand or agree with. Take a moment to consider the media. It's not just a source of news and entertainment. It's a mirror that reflects society and in turn shapes it. Pornography, for instance, is a billion-dollar industry that thrives on creating fantasies. But fantasies can be damaging. They create unrealistic expectations about sex, body image, and relationships. They paint a picture of instant gratification, devoid of intimacy or emotion. With the internet at our fingertips, children and teenagers have easy access to explicit content. This early exposure can shape their understanding of sex and relationships in a harmful way. It's a cycle that perpetuates itself, with each new generation exposed to the same distorted images and ideas. Thus, the influence of society and media is undeniable. Personal circumstances and coping mechanisms play a crucial role in shaping our behaviors. We are, after all, products of our environment, molded by our experiences and influenced by our emotions. Some personal factors that can lead to unhealthy reliance on certain habits include: number one, stress. It's an inevitable part of life. We all experience it, and we all have ways of dealing with it. Some people turn to exercise, some to music, and some to unhealthy habits. Unhealthy habits can provide a temporary escape from stress, but like any escape, it's transient and can lead to reliance. Loneliness. It's a silent epidemic in our hyper-connected yet increasingly isolated world. For some, unhealthy habits offer a false sense of connection, a temporary antidote to the pervasive feeling of being alone. But it's just that, temporary and false. Number two, boredom. Life can sometimes seem monotonous. In these moments, people may turn to unhealthy habits as a form of entertainment or distraction. Again, these are temporary solutions and can lead to unhealthy habits if used as constant coping mechanisms. These factors, stress, loneliness, boredom, they can all drive us towards unhealthy coping mechanisms, but it's important to remember that they're just that, coping mechanisms, not solutions. Understanding these factors is the first step towards making healthier choices. Now that we understand the reasons behind these behaviors, how can we make it different? The answer is simple. We need to foster understanding, not judgment. It's about human biology, societal influences, and personal coping mechanisms. We're all part of this conversation, and we all have a role to play. So let's spread the word. Let's start dialogues. Let's challenge the stigma. Change starts with understanding. Share this video to start a conversation and help create a healthier society.